Hello and welcome back, all you beautiful souls, to Color Me Truth Tarot. Today I have a new Timeless Tarot pick a card, and we're going to be looking at messages from Spirit for the new year. So as always, these are general readings. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't. And we have 3 piles in front of us today. This is group 1 with a pure dot stone ring. This is group 2 with a black band. And this is group 3 with a heart-shaped Larimar gemstone ring. So please take your deep grounding breaths if you need to. Pause the video if you need more time. And just go with the ring that you feel most drawn to for the new year that Spirit wants to give you today. I'm going to begin with pile 1, group 1 right over here, and I will see you in your piles. Timestamps again are posted below. Hello to the beautiful souls who chose group 1 with the pure dot ring. Let's see what your message from Spirit is. Okay, we have joy. That's wonderful. Beautiful card. And we have create space. It's so interesting because the color on the joy card resembles this color in the center of the create space card. So that's something that I think is really interesting. We have moving on. And we have the Hanged Man. Yeah, I feel that for 2023, I feel like this year is going to be a year for your own personal joy and happiness. I think last year was you really working through a lot of your own personal difficulties, whether it's a lot of mental issues or physical things going on, relationships, whatever it is. You had to work a lot on clearing things, healing yourself, maybe coming to acceptance with life, really going through self-reflection. I just feel like you were doing a lot of work, and inner work, especially working on yourself, working on things that no longer serve you, trying to become the best version of yourself through self-healing. And I think this year is going to be kind of the opposite of that, where instead of doing all of this healing work, it's a lot of time of just receiving and being happy, being present, being more joyful, being more at peace. Because what you've done essentially from this past year is create space so this joy can now expand itself and, really cover the whole card, which is what this is a reflection of. It's like this was your 2022 and this is your 2023. You're going from really clearing space, making space for joy, to then experiencing that joy for the upcoming year. And that's phenomenal for you guys to be doing that, to know that you've put all that hard work in. And really what your spirit guide's message is, spirit's message in general is like, congratulations to you, you've done it. You've hung in there, you've kept pushing forward, kept working on yourself, kept healing what needed to be healed, letting go of what needed to be let go of, acknowledging the problems that maybe you are at fault for, right? Or forgiving yourself, forgiving others, just really doing this, I guess, 180 on your life and the kind of experience you want, taking responsibility for that, acknowledging, what was the cause and making those corrections. And because you didn't give up on yourself, because you hung in there, now you're going to experience what you really want, which is your own happiness, which is joy, which is peace, and all those good feelings, all those good energies, the good experiences, the whole purpose of life, which is to be joyful and happy. It's not to suffer, though suffering does help us in terms of understanding. It lets us become more aware, brings a certain awareness to our lives, it brings a certain understanding, it allows us to reflect, it gets us to know things deeper. Sometimes when we suffer, it acts as a catalyst for us to heal things, for us to become aware of certain issues. So it's not always a bad thing, but it's not always a bad thing. And you guys were really able to use that and push forward beyond the suffering, use it as a tool to become better, to improve yourself. And that's really wonderful. So I just feel overall the message from Spirit is congratulations, you've done it. And this next year, this new year, this 2023 is really going to be a year of what you want, but I feel primarily of joy, of really just happiness, you being happy, smiling, living from your heart space, really feeling grateful, a lot of gratitude for what you have and where you're going, feeling that anything is possible, knowing that because you walk through that darkness into the light, that there's nothing to be afraid of. Like you're not afraid of that shadow, you're not afraid of that darkness because you've been through it. I'm almost hearing resurrected. So there's this feeling of a brand new you. You've been working so hard to create this space to kind of become I don't want to say a new version of yourself, but really opening up and cracking open that part of yourself that maybe was hidden and bringing it to the light, to clear it, to heal it, and to kind of re-embrace a new version of yourself, or the version of yourself that was always there but just had so much crap or just dirt on top of it, and you just had to work and clear that away. So really congratulations for that and for allowing more and more light to come into your life. Now I just wanted to pick out a book. I just kind of had the idea pop into my head and see what messages this book is going to give us for the new year for you, specifically for group 1. So Spirit, what does group 1 need to know from you? What is their message for 2023 from the book I'm going to pick out? What is the message for them for 2023? Okay. All right, so we get, wow, this completely resonates. We have Dare to be a Duchess. And I hope you guys can see that. This is a book about a girl who, I believe she's Indian, or she's half Indian, and she's not accepted by the I believe it's the British ton or the English ton in these books, and she doesn't fit in. People are very prejudiced towards her, racist towards her, but she, instead of like cowering to it, she stands up for herself, she finds her voice, she finds her strength, and she actually in the end marries a duke, which is very big back in the day. And it just goes to show it's a book really about inner strength and your own inner voice, and really allowing that stronger version of you, that powerful version of you to emerge. She never really cowered. She was always true to herself, even if people didn't accept it. And I feel like with your story, it resonates because in the end, she got her happiness. She really was complete within herself, and then she got to marry and fall in love with a man that she really loved, and love was equal on both sides. And she just has a wonderful life, and she becomes surrounded by wonderful people, friends, family, and the whole 9 yards. So I think this is a book that really correlates to your story in the terms of you having to deal with the darkness, the trouble, the suffering, the pain, whatever you had to deal with in the past year, but how that didn't break you down, but it made you stronger. And now that you've created that space, you've healed, you've really done that inner work, you're just experiencing the joy, you're experiencing your happily ever after, you're experiencing your happiness, whatever that means to you, because that is individual and to each person. And this book is, again, just a representation of that. I feel like Spirit is just corroborating everything that I've said, which is just be open to to the good, to the happiness, to the joy that's coming your way because you've hung in there and you did it. You know, the main character in this book hung in there. She didn't give up. She continued to push forward and persevere. I mean, I can even read a little bit of the, well, actually, no, I'm not going to read the back of it because I don't think it's necessary. But like I said, she wasn't really accepted by the people around her, but she continued to persevere. And that's exactly what you guys did this past year. And this new year, you're just coming into greater good. And I feel like you guys will be, this is a year where you're probably going to be getting your happily ever after in terms of, whether again it's with a specific person or it's within yourself. It's just a sense of completion and fulfillment and joy and happiness. So yeah, I hope that resonated. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next tarot pick a card. Bye for now. Hello to the beautiful souls who chose group 2 with the black band. Let's see what your message from Spirit is for the new year. Okay, we have channeling. It's interesting. Ooh. We have, okay, all of these are in reverse. I'm just going to turn them around. We have patience and planning. We have crown chakra. Third eye chakra. And we have solitude. Yeah, I mean, from these cards, I'm really getting, we have 2 7s, we have a 6 and a 9. And 9 minus 6 equals 3, which is the number that's also on the channeling card. So you guys have a lot of spiritual numbers. This year, I think 2023 is really going to, you're spiritually going to evolve. I feel like maybe 2022 was really a waiting game. It was a lot of just kind of living day to day. Nothing too crazy happened. You know, it's just kind of life. But I feel like 2023, the big change that's happening for you from Spirit is you coming into more time within your own self, really developing your inner world. And I feel like you are going to be developing spiritually. You may open up the gift of channeling, of being able to psychically channel information from Spirit. And bring that information through and maybe channel some type of work, whether it's like art, like through painting or speaking to other people, channeling messages. Maybe you also do tarot and you're going to be able to channel messages through for other people for their healing and for support. You may channel through a book or something like that. I just feel like this is a year where you're really going to be spending time or feeling called to put a certain amount of time and dedicate a certain amount of your energy and your focus towards your spirituality, towards your spiritual journey, spending a lot more time in solitude, a lot more time alone, really even opening up your third eye, wanting to open up that third eye chakra. You may even start to perceive things, like perceive energy or see certain colors or even see spirit, something like that. I also feel you feeling more connected to the universe, to God, to Spirit, and just feeling that relationship more deeply, feeling more connected and more one, and more part of everything. I think you guys have for a long time known that you're spiritual, known that you may be spiritually gifted, and that you're kind of special in that way. I feel like it's something that's kind of meant for you. And I think 2023 is the year you're really going to see an unlocking of your gifts and your connection to Spirit, and maybe starting to see the beginnings of that relationship and that kind of bond, and how it's going to physicalize, maybe in terms of, like, again, like I said, some spiritual type of gift or ability. For others of you guys, it just may be that your intuition is really heightened. You could be getting prophetic dreams, anything like that. And you're not going to be hit with it all at once. I do feel it's going to be something that's going to happen throughout the year. It's going to be a slow process because regardless if you are already, regardless of whether you have already developed spiritual gifts and you're already spiritual, whatever that means to you, I do think that for some there's like some underlying fear maybe, or subconscious fear. So it is moving slowly, but I do feel like your guides are saying, we're here with you, we're going to walk you through it. But this is a year where you're going to be feeling more spiritually inclined for sure. May get more involved with like crystals, or some of you guys may get into Reiki. Others of you guys, some different forms of divination. I just feel like you're going to want to be out in nature more and just reading more religious texts or spiritual texts, and feeling more inclined towards that. So let's see what other messages Spirit have for you. I did want to pull a book out of a bag. I just kind of felt called to do that. So I'm going to pull a book out of the bag and see if there's any further messages from Spirit regarding the new year. But I feel already for you guys, it's going to be a lot more of a spiritual connection. You may even be, you may have more clairaudience coming to you too with this channeling card. Okay, so, all right. So we get this book by Lisa Kleypas, Dreaming of You. It's a romance book, but putting that aside, I feel like with this book and the messages that I was already channeling through, I feel like you guys may come into, like what I was hearing in my mind is you may meet people like either soul family, soul tribe, or just people. They may not, because in this book, the girl is very, she's very like kind of prim and proper, and she meets this guy who's very rough around the edges, and he had a very tough upbringing. You may meet some people who are very different than you, but I feel like though they express differently, you guys may share the same soul, or you share very similar values, or you have very similar morals, or you share the same heart. It's something like that that's coming through with this card. I just feel like want to tell you, watch out for your dreams, watch out for signs and synchronicities and the people that come into your life, or where you may feel drawn to be going. I do feel like you're almost being called to a tribe or a group of people for some of you guys. It's like, yeah, it's like you're really letting go of maybe the identity of yourself. You're spending a lot more time getting to know who you are, a lot more time getting reflective with yourself. And doing this is like, it's like your soul's almost calling to other souls, and other souls are calling to your soul. I don't know what it is, but it just feels like that. It feels like it's some type of a collective call. You're part of like a community or a group. Yeah, and I'm just hearing it's time, so I don't know what that really means. But yeah, and for any of you guys watching this, some of you guys may be life path 7, 6, or 9, even 3. But I do feel like you're here to do something with a group of people, and this next year is really going to be one where you're spiritually growing and evolving, and opening up some new gifts. It doesn't mean it's all spiritual. You're not going to be in the world and you're going to be completely, it's not to say you're going to be like off the world and you don't want to do anything with society. No, I'm not feeling that. I just feel like there's going to be some natural changes that happen. Maybe your diet changes, the type of music you listen to, the type of clothes you wear, the type of products you use on your body. Maybe you'll switch from doing high intense cardio to like just wanting to walk or do yoga. It's just things like that that are slowly changing. And it's like these changes that happen in you are attracting certain people to you and things like that, because I feel like there's a tribe for you. There's like a group that keeps coming up in my mind. Okay, so that's what I'm getting for you guys for the new year and the message from Spirit for you. I hope it resonated. Thank you so much for watching, and Happy New Year. Hello to the beautiful souls who chose group 3 with the Larimar heart-shaped ring. Let's see what are the messages from Spirit for the new year. We have inner voice, grounding, solar plexus chakra, memories of love, recognition and reward, power, Knight of Swords, and Five of Swords. Guys, I can't help but feeling standstill or stuck. It's like something that keeps coming to my mind. Just because we have the solar plexus chakra with the number 3 on it in reverse, and then we have recognition reward, which has a 3 on it and it's in reverse. It's just making me feel like something is at a standstill or at a wait, or there's a pause or something. But let's see, what is the message from Spirit? I feel like there's something you have to let go of for new things to come in, and I know we hear that all the time. I just feel like, especially the solar plexus chakra in reverse next to the memories of love, I don't know if you guys have had relationships or people that really made you feel disempowered, made you feel small. I mean, I know personally I've had that, you know, I think a lot of people have gone through that. Maybe just work within yourself, take time to journal it out. I just feel like the Spirit is bringing that to your attention. It's important to feel powerful and strong and feel in your power, to know that you deserve good things, to know that you deserve to receive, and to feel strong, feel powerful, know that you are the authority in your life. There's something about community with this 3 card and 8 with this. I'm reading it as power, as like leadership. I feel like for some of you guys, you're here to guide people, you're here to lead. You may have a life path number 1, or 1 plays a significant number in your life, maybe your destiny number. There's something about you being a leader or guiding others, but you really need to, or there's an understanding to be able to ground yourself, center yourself. Some of you guys may have a very active mind. You could think a lot or just be anxious, get easily anxious, overthink things, be in your head, be overly critical. And I feel like Spirit's trying to help you this year with that. They're telling you to listen to your heart, listen to your mind, find your peace. Find your peace. Like, find that voice that's kind. Listen to that voice, because that's the voice of, I'm hearing the voice of God, the voice of truth. It's like letting go of these thoughts, letting go of negative experiences or bad things that happen to you. They no longer serve you. You need to let them go in order to move forward. You guys are here, like, again, I feel like you're here to lead or do something or be a pioneer in something, and then for others to follow. But there's an importance of you to ground and then follow this inner voice, this inner calling. You may even get recognition for this, like a large, I don't know, yeah, like a big recognition or reward for this, whatever you do. Yeah, 2023 may be about really coming into your power, really grounding and centering in your own self and understanding that you are your own source, and that you don't need to really rely on other people. Of course you can, and it's great to have relationships, but they need to be healthy and balanced. Maybe that's what you were learning in 2022, and 2023 is just kind of the beginning of it, is clearing the rest of that and then really coming into your own. I feel like, again, like you're here to create something or do something, lead, guide. It's that type of energy, really coming into your own, really coming into your power. I feel like by the end of 2023, you're not going to listen to anyone except your own. Like, there's no voice that is as powerful as your own inner voice, as your own intuition. Yeah, I feel like 2023 is going to, it may slow, you may feel slowed down a bit in 2023, because I think it's trying to get you to really learn to listen to your own voice, your own heart, to really ground, kind of slow down. It's like a lot of this anxious energy here, so it's telling you almost to slow down, slow down. And even another message that's coming through with the solar plexus in reverse is like, you may be very action oriented as well. It's telling you like you need to kind of take it back a notch a little bit, that it's not about always racing forward and moving forward. Sometimes it's about taking a step back. You guys may have even gotten a physical expression of that, you know, in terms of like, maybe you're feeling a lot more tired, or you know, you could have injured yourself somehow. I just feel like it was almost a message of like, remember to slow down, take time, balance, ground, recenter, breathe. I feel like that's the message that's coming in for you guys for 2023. You are here to do great things. I think this is going to be a year where you kind of slow down, at least in the beginning of the year. Really center yourself, listen to your own inner voice, let go of a lot of the anxious mind, that mind that tells you have to do, and really listen to the voice that says, I just need to be, and I am. And then you'll see things kind of flow into your life a lot easier. I think you'll see yourself start to become more confident and powerful, because you know that life is working on my time and I don't need to kill myself to achieve things. It will happen. There's a level of trust and understanding that's going to be coming through. Really making peace with anything that's happened in your past, letting it go, giving it to God, giving it to Spirit, the universe, and just knowing that knowing that it served its purpose, and that you've quote unquote learned your lesson, and you've moved on, and you're a better version of yourself because of it. Okay, now just like the other piles, I'm going to pick a book out of a bag just to see if there are any further messages from Spirit for the new year. Spirit, what message do you have for group 3? What is the book for group 3? Okay, we have this book by Josephine. We have this book by Beverly Jenkins called Josephine. All right, so this is a book about a girl who has always been, she's actually very self-determined. She's very practical. She's actually a powerful young girl. Just at 17, she's already starting her own hairdressing shop. And she's kind of doing her own thing. She's making her own money. She's successful on her own. And well, in this book, it's a romance. 2 boys, young men, approach her and want to be with her. One is more, the kind of practical guy, and the other one is more fun-loving and stuff, but he doesn't come off as serious. In the end, she does go with the fun-loving guy, and it ends up outworking. But what I think the message of the book, what it's really trying to say, is the fact that she takes her time. In this book, she takes her time. She really gets to know who she is. She doesn't rush into anything. She does have issues that she has to deal with in terms of figuring out who would be the best partner for her, and also dealing with her business. But she listens to her own voice. She goes for advice to her mother and her friends, but she has to, at the end of the day, center, ground herself, know who she is, know what she wants, tap into her own heart, listen to her own inner voice, and kind of let go of outside voices, let go of outside opinions. She has to make peace with her past and kind of these past ideas of what love is. And as she does this, she gets more into her power. She's able to tell these 2 men her truth, and kind of tell one that, you're not the right person for me, and tell the other one, this is why I was kind of unsure, and are you going to be able to fulfill the needs that I need? So it's a story about somebody really discovering themselves, or at least coming more into their power, letting go of these disempowering thoughts and feelings. And for a long time, the guy who she does in the end accept for herself, she knew since she was very young, he used to tease her. She never really felt kind of good enough for him, so she had to build up her own confidence. And again, she doesn't rush into any decisions. She really takes her time, and because of that, she gets her reward, and she gets this love that's honest and true. She doesn't become anything other than herself. She's completely authentic throughout the whole story. And I feel like for you guys in 2023, that's what it's about. I just think you're coming into a new level of power, a new level of authority and self-sufficiency and independence. Like, no longer worrying what people think about you, no longer caring if people like you or not. Being able to take criticism and not take it to heart, but say, okay, that's your opinion. I respect that you have an opinion on that, and that's okay. I don't have to take it to heart and, you know, mull over it for hours. And also, I think you're also learning to receive good things without having to put in so much effort. That's also something that's coming through too. It's like understanding that you don't have to work so hard to get good things out of life. Like, it's okay to just receive good and to have good stuff fall your way. That's what I'm really getting for your 2023 message from Spirit for the new year. I hope it resonated. Thank you so much for watching, and I wish you a happy new year. And I will see you in the next tarot. Pick a card. Bye for now.